But you see now he's going inside himself. It's more of a swallowed look. He's like, I'm just going to stand here and handle this. So I would prefer him to move something, because it's like, no, 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 I don't want you to go inside yourself, bud. Good. So all I want to see is for him to kind of come outside himself. So sacked out, this is what I would call sacked out, where he knows how to stand there. But what I'm trying to say to him is, no, 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 I never want you to ever do that again. I never want you to act sacked out. If you have an issue, talk to me about it early. So as a general premise, my energy is what's telling him what to do. If I want him to move, I'll step in with an intention, an energy. So I have to become responsible with my energy. Most humans are like this. They don't say anything. They don't want anybody to know what they're thinking. They don't want to be judged or hurt, so they just hide behind their wall. So we walk into a horse's life, we're not saying anything. Well, the horse can't read you. So number one, you got to get to where you're a little bit more outside yourself with your thoughts and your feelings. So if I want him to move, then I'm going to say that to him. My flag means you missed what I said. So he can control pressure by connecting. Does that make sense? So here again, I'm just going to step to my left. I'm not actually saying, I'm saying come. So there's no intention. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reach that flag out here. And I'm going to play around with it just enough that, that's it, good boy. So the goal in the end is that anytime his eyes start to leave me, that's a good job, buddy. So he starts realizing he can control this by staying. And this is the essence of my liberty work as well, that the horses know they can control pressure by keeping their eyes with me. And that's what gives you natural bend on a small circle. It's kind of a very small summary of it all, but attaboy. There we go. Good. Pretty soon it answers the need, which is, what do I do with pressure? But it builds relationship in the process, because now instead of him having to run from me, he can actually stay. You got it. So that starts to answer your, there we go. It starts to answer your why can't we catch him? And then why does he buck? Well, it's because his preconceived notion of pressure is defensive. And he does that with a saddle on, he's going to buck. You know, he's old enough, he's got patterns that, you know, you can kind of see. He gets into a state where, so if I come here, now let's just see if we can, yeah, totally, totally. Because when I first walked in and I reached for his nose, but you see now he's going inside himself. It's more of a swallowed look. He's like, I'm just going to stand here and handle this. So I would prefer him to move something, because it's like, no, 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 I don't want you to go inside yourself, bud. Good. So all I want to see is for him to kind of come outside himself. So sacked out, this is what I would call sacked out, where he knows how to stand there. But what I'm trying to say to him is, no, 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 I never want you to ever do that again. I never want you to act sacked out. If you have an issue, talk to me about it early. Because it never works. Sacked out never works. It might seem to work in the short term. You know, but if you're just tolerating something, there'll be a point it ends. And yeah, right, it usually ends once the scale is so full, boof, that they don't care. And that's a lot of times how people react too. I say something to you, it kind of bothers you, but you don't say anything. Because socially unacceptable for you to have an opinion, and you don't want to stir the pot. Then I say something again later on. Pretty soon, you're starting to fill up, right? And then we get to a place where it's so full that then when you do say it, boom. Okay, so that's a little bit what sacked out turns into. It's like they're not allowed to process the information. They just have to stand there and tolerate it. Yeah. And it actually only is short term. It never really brings a good connection, because the horse isn't actually okay. The frequency inside him is like vibrational, you know.